We are living in some very difficult times right now, and in this very adult world, children are often the most vulnerable.
The pandemic has had wide-ranging effects. When schools were shut, families were thrown into even deeper levels of food insecurity than they had before.
In every zip code in America, there's a child that during the school week is able to get food from their school's free and reduced price meal program. But whenever school closes its doors on Friday, so often they don't know what they're going to eat until they come back to school on Monday morning.
Hunger is real, and it looks like acting out, fighting, and crying, and complaining about their stomachs hurting. That's what hunger looks like.
My mom started Blessings in a Backpack here in Louisville, Kentucky. The law firm that she worked for did community outreach at a local elementary school. And while my mom and this little girl were finishing lunch, the girl asked my mom for her apple, and the little girl told my mom that she needed something to eat this weekend. That night, we bought every backpack and as many non-perishable food items as we could find, and the next morning my dad woke up and drove them around to different churches and really anyone that would accept them.
No matter what community you're in, Blessings in a Backpack helps people in their community close the weekend nutrition gap for children.
It's difficult to focus on anything productive when you're hungry. And so children who have a knowingness that they will have the meals that they need, they don't have to worry. They can play freely without having to think like an adult.
Eagle Heart is a very transient, high-need school. We have students who have been through so much in their young lives, a lot of trauma. You have families who live in tents and families who live in shelters and families who are doubled up. That's our population, that's our neighborhood.
It gets kind of tight. You set aside money for food and you can buy what you think might be enough, but sometimes it's not and you do run out. And that's happened a few times. If it wasn't for Blessings in a Backpack, sometimes we wouldn't eat.
Miss Duncan makes big sacrifices for her family. She gives a lot of herself.
It's a scary thought sometimes. They'll come home and it's like, go to the refrigerator, go to the cabinets. There's food in there, but maybe not enough. I'm the type of person that really doesn't like to ask for help. So asking for help makes me feel like I haven't done my job. I feel that I should be able to take care of my grandkids when I can. And sometimes situations make it so that you can't. And it's really hard.
I remember being a kid growing up on the south side of Chicago, and I wanted to personally participate in making sure that young people have a village experience, that this invisible village is around them that's also championing their success.
The heart of our backpack is our volunteers, local people in their community wanting to change the lives of children.
This is one of the final stages of Operation Food for Thought, which took place February through April. Really excited to be here today with all of you to get some of these backpacks ready. At Travelers, we believe in inclusive prosperity and wanted to support organizations in the US, Canada, the UK, and Ireland that are helping families who rely on school meal programs to ensure that kids have enough food on the weekends.
This particular activity ensures that they can thrive whether they're in or out of the classroom.
And it's not just about, profit and dollars. It's about what cultural impact will you have on the community that you're part of.
I have 2 little kids myself, and just doing anything to help out the community, other kids who might be just suffering out there, is meaningful for me.
The partnership with Travelers is so important because it is going to feed children in 8 markets across the country. That's resulted in 2,000 kids being fed every weekend of the school year.
Between volunteers and monetary, I was so blown away when I heard what Travelers is doing for our program here in Rancho Cordova. They've allowed us to add 200 kids to our program right now. We found out just how important our program was during the pandemic when we had moms pulling up crying that they didn't know what they were going to do. We had dads pulling up, thanking us. It was unbelievable.
Oh my goodness, what keeps me going Our volunteers, our donors, okay. It's the people who give so much to help feed kids.
To get the feedback from those parents, text messages, phone calls, the tears, the thank you messages, the smiles, the hugs, there's nothing that can compare to that.
Kiarion does like his blessings. He gets it and it's like he's rummaging through and seeing what's in there. Without the blessings in the backpack, it would be kind of hard.
My mom passed away in 2010. This is her legacy, and I feel her, I see her in the faces of the children. I just want to continue to build on where we started. I would love to get to a point where there are hungry-free weekends for all children.
Just this little act of kindness makes this huge ripple effect. And I pray that the little ones, as they grow up and think of some of us that are part of that invisible village, they may not remember our faces or names or any of that, but they remember somebody showed up for them.
Blessings is a blessing. It helps our family out a whole lot.
Food and education, they're important. Food, education, and love.